You believe you chose to spend it, you didn't. The friction that once made you hesitate was quietly engineered away, one tap at a time, so you never even noticed. That tablet isn't asking for a tip. It's demanding a decision. The 20% button glows because designers know hesitation costs them money. Your hesitation costs you. The screen is a funnel, the big buttons are pressure points, the tiny manual link is your escape. But it's hidden on purpose. Look closely, it's always there. One tap gives extra money, one search keeps it, the screen shows both, but only one is effortless. Effort is the price of keeping your dollar. You aren't tipping for service. You're paying a social tax that software engineers embedded in the checkout flow. The worker's wage and the screen are separate things. That extra dollar on your coffee receipt, you thought it was a choice, but the default was pre-selected, the timer was ticking, and you just wanted to move on. $1 a day feels tiny, but that's $30 a month. $360 a year. The trap is that small numbers hide the big total until it's too late. One coffee a day with a default tip costs you $360 annually. That's $360 you could have kept, just by ignoring the suggested percentage. At dinner, the terminal flips toward you. The waiter waits. The 20% button is large. The custom option is tiny. Pressure isn't an accident, it's a design. The social pressure hand descends every time a screen faces you. It's not your friend. It's a lever that pulls your empathy into the merchant's pocket. Even at the grocery self-checkout, a tip prompt appears. For what? Bagging your own items. The screen tries to create obligation where none should exist. Delivery apps make tipping automatic. You tap once, money leaves, and you forget. But each forgotten dollar adds up to a weekend getaway you never took. The service fee appears after you enter your card. You've already committed, so you pay it. That moment is the trap, designed to capture your attention and your cash. Free trials auto-renew by default. The cancellation button is buried under menus. You intended to cancel, but forgot. That forgetfulness is engineered, not accidental. That $1,500 you lost in Sludge could have bought a vacation, a new phone, or a year of groceries. All those small drips became a river you never saw. Sludge is the friction added to choices to steer you toward spending. Richard Thaler named it. The checkout screen is a textbook example of sludge in action. Social pressure channels your money like a funnel. The crowd watches, the timer ticks, and you pay to avoid awkwardness. That awkwardness has a price tag. Watch the next customer's hand hover over the screen. That pause is the moment they feel the pressure. It's not their fault. The system is designed to induce hesitation. Your instinct says, tap the big button. Your reason says, find the small link. The interface favors instinct. That's why you need to pause and look again. You're paying for social comfort, not service. The vending machine of relief dispenses no product, only the feeling of having done the right thing at your expense. Three forces create sludge: social pressure, time pressure, and default options. Together, they turn a simple choice into a rigged game. Recognize each one. The default 20% is pre-selected for a reason. Most people accept the default. The custom link is hidden because the software knows you'll pay more if you don't search. Sludge is sticky. Coins get trapped in it. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. The only way out is to see the trap and step around it. 80% of people take the default tip. That's not a coincidence. It's behavioral science. The system banks on your inertia to boost its revenue. The timer counts down. 5, 4, 3. Your pulse quickens. That urgency is manufactured. The screen wants you to panic and tap before you think. Don't. The queue behind you is part of the design. Each person waiting adds social weight. The pressure to hurry is a feature, not a bug, of the payment flow. 10% used to be the standard. Now 20 is normal. The norm crept up because the interface nudged it. You didn't agree, you were walked there. The awkwardness tax is real. You pay to avoid the uncomfortable moment of saying no. That fee is collected by the system, not the worker who served you. The default wins most of the time. Your finger hovers, your brain hesitates, and the screen's design tips the scale. That's not weak. That's strong engineering. That $1,500 you lost to Sludge came from dozens of small, unnoticed decisions. Each one felt trivial. Together, they became the annual bill you never agreed to. Pull out your receipts, add up the tips and fees from the last week. The total will surprise you. That number is the silent leak you've been ignoring. $1.50 daily becomes $45 monthly, then $540 yearly. The math is simple, but the pattern is invisible because each transaction feels insignificant. Multiplication reveals the truth. That $540 could have been a weekend away, a nice dinner, a new coat. Instead, it slipped through the checkout screen, one tap at a time, unnoticed. Coffee, delivery, restaurant, grocery, the list goes on. Each category adds a small charge. Add them up and you see the full picture of money disappearing daily. Your money flows through a bucket with holes. The holes are tip prompts, default buttons, and hidden fees. Patching the holes is the first step to keeping more. The pocket hole is where coins fall through without your notice. You reach in and feel nothing, but the money is already gone, swept away by a clever interface. A stack of bills on your desk, each with a small charge. You paid everyone. The total is far more than you thought. That pile is your money lost. 10% of your income goes to sludge, fees, tips, and default charges. That's a full month's rent each year. You earned it, but you didn't keep it. The snowball starts with a single dollar. It rolls, picks up more, and becomes a $1,500 avalanche. Stop the first dollar, and the avalanche never forms. Money swirls down the drain of digital payments. Each transaction is a drop. The drain never fills because the system is designed to keep it flowing away. Every time you pay, a toll booth collects a coin. The fee is small, but the booth never closes. Over a year, those coins become a heavy bag you never held. Stack each day's charges side by side. The bars grow taller. By the end of the year, the pile is high enough to hide the sun. That's your money. Imagine a billboard with $1,500 written on it. That's the annual cost of your digital defaults. You never saw it because it was built from invisible pennies. $1.50 weighs nothing in your hand, but a year of that weight becomes a burden you carry without knowing. The scale doesn't lie, it just tips slowly. Canceling a subscription is a maze of menus. Each click is designed to make you quit. The easier path is to keep paying. That path is the trap. Your hotel bill includes a resort fee you never agreed to. It's hidden in fine print. The system adds it because it can, and you'll pay it to avoid the hassle. The ATM charges you for using your own money. A convenience fee for the inconvenience. That's not service. It's a tax on accessing what's already yours. Overdraft fees punish you for being out of money. The bank charges you for their risk. That $35 is pure profit, collected from those who can least afford it. Currency exchange boards show a buy and sell rate. The spread is the fee. You pay for the convenience of converting money, a fee hidden in plain sight. $1,500 disappeared through Sludge. You thought it was your spending, but look closer. The system designed every step. Now ask, who built this machine? The designer sits at a computer, fine-tuning the default tip. They choose the percentages, the colors, the timing. Their goal is not your benefit, it's their revenue. Inside the engine room, a checkmark hides the custom option. The default is set to 20%. The click is silent, but the effect is loud. More money flows upward. The real objective is maximizing revenue. Sludge is the strategy, defaults, time pressure, and social norms are the tactics. This is the business model behind every screen. The house is a giant building with a slot. You feed it coins, and it keeps them. It doesn't care about service. It cares about the inflow from your hesitation. Your view is a button. Their view is a checkbox. You see choice, they see control. The split perspective reveals who really benefits from your decision. The industry extracts $5 billion annually from tip sludge alone. That money comes from millions of small taps, each one a tiny gift to the system's bottom line. Strings attach to your arms and lead upward. The puppet master pulls when you hesitate. You feel the tug, but you never see the hands until you look. That delivery order looked like $15, but fees and tip pushed it to $24. The surprise at checkout is the moment Sludge reveals its true cost. Fees stack like blocks, base price, service, processing, convenience. Each one is small. Together they turn a $50 item into $64. You pay the stack. The adding machine clicks every time you tap $1.50, $2.00, 0.750. They accumulate until the display reads $1,500. The machine never forgets, even if you do. The original price was $200, now $150 you feel like you're saving. But hidden fees claw back that saving. The anchor is a trick to make you spend. Anchoring works by setting a high reference point. Then the sale price seems like a deal. But the deal is an illusion. You're paying more than the real cost. The word suggested on a tip button is a subtle nudge. It implies social approval. But it's still a default, and defaults are designed to be accepted, not questioned. Social pressure, default bias, and time pressure flow into one outcome. You click 20%. The flow is the sequence of nudges that leads you to spend more. Now you see the full picture, the house, sludge, your money. And a giant question mark remains, who benefits from your hesitation? The answer is the system itself. Paying by card at a parking meter costs an extra 50 cents. For the convenience of not carrying coins, that surcharge is sludge, a fee for choosing digital. Free shipping over $35, but your cart is $34.50. You add a small item to qualify and spend more than the shipping fee. The nudge works every time. Your airline seat costs $25 to select. The default is the middle seat. You pay to avoid discomfort. That fee is the system leveraging your preference for comfort. The bank charges $12 a month just to hold your money. That's $144 a year. For nothing but account maintenance, a fee that exists because it can. Tip, service, delivery, ATM, bank, airline, shipping, parking, all fees add up to $1,500. That's the house's revenue. Every one of them is avoidable. You see yourself in the mirror and think it's my fault. But the design is the problem. The system is engineered to make you feel responsible. You're not. A report card with an F for money management, that's a lie. You're not bad with money. You're fighting a system that's built to extract it from you. It's just $1, you say, but $1 a day becomes $365 a year. Scale matters. The small leak sinks the ship, not the sudden storm. Willpower is not the answer. The treadmill is set to a speed you can't outrun. The house controls the pace. Your effort is wasted on a rigged track. Even with a magnifying glass, hidden fees appear after you commit. You can't out-attention a system designed to hide charges until it's too late. The game board is tilted. The dice are weighted. You can't win by playing harder. You win by recognizing the game is rigged and refusing to play. The web of sludge stretches everywhere. Coffee, dinner, delivery, parking, subscriptions, everywhere you look. A trap waits, but now you see the threads. The worker earns minimum wage. The system takes the tip. You think you're helping the worker, but the software pockets the difference. It's a clever misdirection. A single drip from a faucet seems harmless, but over a year, that drip fills a bucket. The bucket is your $1,500. Every drip matters. Still think that extra dollar doesn't add up? Look at the mountain it becomes. Every small tap builds it. The cost is real and it's yours to keep. You tip for service, but the service and the tip are disconnected. The waiter's quality doesn't affect the screen's default. The two are separate, don't confuse them. Paying cash doesn't escape the pressure. The tip jar still sits there asking for your money. The system adapts to any payment method to extract more. Once in a while it becomes every week becomes every day. The frequency creeps up because the interface keeps reminding you to tip. Notice the pattern. Saying no is hard because the button is hidden. The timer forces a quick choice. The system makes it easier to say yes than to say no. That's the design. All the excuses are crossed out. Your fault. Bad with money, willpower, they're not the issue. The system is the problem. And now you know the truth. Knowledge is the key. It unlocks the lock labeled system. Once you know the trick, you can turn the tables. The power shifts from the house to you. Now you see the no-tip link clearly. It's not hidden anymore. The trick is revealed. With knowledge, the pressure disappears and you regain control. Before you hesitated with sweaty hands. After you tap no tip with confidence. The change is simple. You see the trap and choose to bypass it. Remove the blindfold, see the pressure for what it is. A projection, not a requirement. The crowd feels it too, but now you know it's manufactured. You're in control now, a thumbs up and a smile. You've mastered the skill. The tablet is just a tool, not a master. You decide how much to give. $1,500 saved is $1,500 kept. That's your money earned by your work. The sludge is avoidable. You've shown that you can hold on to what's yours. Show a friend how to find the no-tip link. Watch their surprise. Sharing this knowledge empowers others to keep their money and resist the pressure. At the grocery store, you tap no tip without hesitation. The employee nods. You feel nothing but confidence. The pressure is gone. You own the checkout. Before, $1,500 lost, after, $1,500 saved. The difference is awareness. Your bank balance reflects your understanding. That's the power of knowing the game. The flip is simple. See the trap, cancel the default, choose no tip, and keep your money. That 4-step sequence turns a drain into a savings account. The hidden trick is the no-tip link. Find it on every screen. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That knowledge is your shield against sludge. Ignore the clock. The timer is a bluff. Take your time and look for the link. Your calm is stronger than their urgency. You're in charge of the pace. Keep a reminder, find no tip. A small card with that phrase can guide you in the moment. Repetition builds the habit of saving your money. You kept it, $1,500 stayed in your pocket. Every day you chose no tip added up. That's real money, and it's yours. Celebrate this quiet victory. You know what to do now? Every checkout, every tap, every decision, you've got the tools. The system no longer owns your hesitation. You own your money.